on, crickets? Welcome to I Have a Story. Being this time of year, and some of what I've just been recently talking about with my son and where'd my boy go, and for people who are just tuning in, and I've made a lot of videos and still have a lot more to share. In this one story, I'm going to share an awful lot about myself since I'm here to talk about myself. This story can also be validated by two of my subscribers, or a woman and her parents, who are both subscribers to my channel. And I'm talking about this in a lot of aspects. One, I want to say that I'm not the best at giving all the details when I talk, and I'm like that for a lot of reasons. Emotion and people holding things wrongfully against me and all sorts of things in my life that have just, I'm not a free man by no means. No means I can't even come out and just talk. Even just a month and a half ago, my channel was used against me in court with lies once again, just like 1 year ago this month, falsifying court documents, which is a felony. But when you get away with it and dozens and dozens and dozens and even federal tax felony, everything, you get away with all of that, and abusing children and the whole system and everything, you get to just run rampant. Part of why our systems are supposed to do their jobs. Come here, bubbies. Alright, little man wants to come and say hi, I guess. Let me say hi, little man. So, now you just interrupt me and you put a little streak in my train of thought. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. The two subscribers here and my son. And things that, like people around me, oh, we didn't come and help you, man, because we were busy, we have a life. Well, this is why I have a problem with that. 2 years ago this month, I was out in my garage and had my car tore apart. Covered in grease, sitting with a 72-year-old man sitting on the bench in front of my wood stove, keep it warm and talking to me. And I get a phone call. And that phone call was, there was a mom who was having a mental breakdown, and her son, she had a minor kid, I didn't know how old he was, she had a young kid and a dog, and dog and kid hadn't been getting fed, and there was vomit and dog pee and poop all over the house. And I said, you know what, I can't stand there and know the story and not do anything about it. This is in several towns away from me. I know, Bubbies, I love you too, buddy. This is in a town about 45 minutes from here that I'm not familiar with, didn't know, hadn't spent any time in. Hi, Bubbies. And I'm in the middle of working on my car and turned to this 72-year-old man and said, hey, want to give me a ride? And he said, wait, Jason, you're sitting there working on your car, you can't just take off. Yeah, I can. My car can wait. So he took me down and dropped me off. And yes, the house was covered in dog pee and poop and kid vomiting all down. You could not walk down the hallway to the bathroom without walking through 3 feet of vomit. Not depth-wise, but lengthwise. Bathroom and hallway covered in it. I didn't know these people. Never met them. But I knew there was a story. And I can't hear a story and not help. I spent 5 days there cleaning that house, doing laundry, taking care of the kid. I have some more stories I'll talk about later. I probably shouldn't even talk about publicly, but this is my life. I'm not hiding anything. It is what it is. Life is what it is. And I would not be the man I am today to be here doing this if not for what my life experiences had been. So not only was all that going on, sorry, that doesn't sound loud in the microphone. I get the phone call from my son that I haven't heard from in 2 years at this time. He got mad at me during COVID because at COVID we got it and I wouldn't let him come over and get it, and he's been trained that he doesn't, I can talk more about that later. He didn't understand that he couldn't come and see me because I wasn't going to get him sick and let him die. Nobody knew what COVID was. It was the beginning, and we had it. As badly as I wanted to see him, I was more worried about his health, safety, and well-being first and foremost. Unlike my wife, who had her kids over and fought with me about it and then said, we're going to wear masks and we'll keep distancing. But as soon as they showed up, they were picking up our kids, they were hugging each other, and nobody wore a mask, and they were all within immediate physical contact of each other. I truly believe in discipline. First and foremost. Safety, health, first and foremost. My feelings come last. Because I don't want to feel the pain of the devastation of what is to come if I don't. And people hurt me for trying to be that kind of person. So I was actually standing in the kitchen making dinner one night when my son calls me, and I started crying right there in the kitchen. We spent a couple weeks trying to plan a trip for him to come and see me. We were getting blasted with snow, and I didn't want him making the travel in the snow, and we were waiting for the weather to break. Conversation after conversation for weeks was wonderful. And then he just disappeared and quit responding. Or at least I thought he quit responding. Being in this situation and everything that has taken place throughout that poor kid's life, I didn't know what to do. Do I push him? Do I sit back and wait? Do I just once a week send something? Do I blow his phone up and go, I miss you, boy? I don't know. So I gave him distance and just, hey bud, how you doing? A couple days later, haven't heard from you, doing all right? A couple days later, next day, a couple days later, next day, a couple times in a day, nothing. Well, come to find out, I can't say what took place then, but now I know his phone is not his phone anymore. That number is no longer his. Whether he got a new phone or whether he no longer needs one, I don't know. But the court doesn't seem to think that that's something that a parent should care about, right? I mean, God, I can't really, I can't believe it. I truly can't believe it. This is really the world we live in. I don't want it. I can't live in it. I don't know how to live in it. How can I live in a world where people don't care? God, I'm so tired of hearing about humanity for everybody else. Where is our humanity at? So I hear from people, oh, we're busy. And then you show up and they're just sitting around smoking a joint or drinking a beer. Bullshitting. Look real busy. Or playing on their toys and out riding and having fun. Real busy. I dropped working on my car, which for me, I mean, the last time I did a brake job and changed the front brake pads on a car is typically an hour and a half job, taking my time. It took me 3 days because I can't just sit there and do it. But I still try and keep tackling and take my time. My car might be down for 2 weeks. I don't care, but I'm doing it and I'm going to get it done. Part I can't afford to pay anybody to do it. Part I don't trust anybody. I never have. Since the day I became a teenager, nobody touches my car but me. Or my wife's car or my family members' cars, because I want to make sure it's done right. I've seen so much insanity, unsafeness in automotive industry. I don't trust it. I want my people taken care of and to be safe. So I guess, right there's 3 points and a clarification I wanted to make. People just, he didn't respond. Well, no, actually I found out much later that that's not even his phone number anymore. It wasn't just that he wasn't responding. He couldn't, for one reason or another, and I want to know why. As a parent, don't I have that right to know why? Why does it go from Dad, I love you, to Son, where'd you go? And the court system don't care? Nobody cares? She's going to tell me, why don't you hire a private investigator? Well, how do I do that when you guys took all my money and threw me out on the street? How am I supposed to do that, lady? Please explain that to me. You take our money. I know homeless men right now because of it. How do you live off of 49% of your pay? You try it, lady. and then I'll tell you, then you go hire somebody to try to defend you, which your court system is already supposed to be there to do. Oh my God, I don't understand any of it. I don't. I'm totally just, am I absolutely retarded ignorant or what? Or is that what our systems were supposed to be there for? To protect the innocent victims and the children. Instead, we force the victims to watch their children get abused, alienated, withheld, illegally charge that person twice what they're supposed to be paying because you haven't already screwed them enough, and then everything's just supposed to be okay, right? No, I know so many lives who are devastated, people who are dead, people who do drugs, people who hate life. Man across the street won't talk to nobody other than "fuck you" is all he will say. Literally. Because I know he got hurt. Emotionally. This is what it does to people. No more to say to that right now.